Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for another Ultimate Creative Chat. Today, I have with me Lou Hargrove, and she is a self-intimacy coach. She deals with helping women to understand their value and how to live that out and walk that out each and every day so that they are not just benefiting their families and loved ones, but also themselves. They are self-fulfilled. Thank you so much for joining us, Lou.
Thank you for inviting me. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
absolutely. Absolutely. We love to have folks on here who have something to share with our community of Black female entrepreneurs. So thank you so much for being willing to be with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure, definitely.
All right. Well, please tell us a little bit about your practice and what you are doing for women everywhere.
So I am a self-intimacy coach and a waist speed artist.
Mm,
So my waist speeds are a tool of self-love. Coaching has become very recent within the last few months. What I do is I help women who feel overwhelmed and lost in life to get
mm.
a better intimate connection with themselves so they can build a life with clarity, desire, and ease. And then also have better relationships with other people because we can't have that outer connection unless we first had that interconnection.
Mm, very good. Very good. Obviously, you are a woman, and so you understand that importance. How did your brand come about? And it's called, tell me again.
Red Butterfly Sanctuary.
Okay, Red Butterfly Sanctuary. How did that come about? And how did the waist beads come about?
Okay, so for me, the red butterfly is a symbol of love. Red is my favorite color.
Okay,
It
same
is a
here.
symbol of love and rarity and passion. Like a butterfly signifies growth and transformation and freedom. So I'm also a poet. So when I was writing my first book and I knew I wanted to self-publish, I wanted something that was going to signify that.
Okay.
And I had a discussion with a friend about this red butterfly that I saw. And we had a whole argument about it not being real. And I was like, I want people to see the beauty in things that they didn't know existed.
Hmm.
So that's where the red butterfly started.
Wow. Okay.
Um, and then I put out my first book in 2015, which is a collection of love and sensual poems. And it's
Okay.
about the growth from when you first fall in love to when you get deep in it to the recovery period if it don't work out.
Okay.
And I wanted to share my story. But in that, I noticed the disconnection with me. I was so busy looking for my love story.
Okay.
And during that time, putting out that book, and we all know when you start businesses, you spend a whole lot of time with yourself.
Yes.
So spending that time and going over some of my old relationships and having conversations with girlfriends and co-workers, I realized sometimes that missing denominator in our love story was us. So
Mm.
I started my intentional love story. So that year I also discovered started a year of discovery and creativity.
Okay.
Part of that was I put out the book. I had a book signing coming up. My bookmarks wasn't going to come in time. And I went to Michael's and I got some beads and I created my first time beading. I created bookmarks.
Okay.
So that was how my beading story started around that time. I started making jewelry. Jewelry was good, bracelets, necklaces, just I opened myself up to constantly be in a state of creation.
Okay.
And I was on Snapchat and I saw a company that was selling waist beads. And I still hadn't built that connection. I was working on it. I was looking for what's going on and I was making some changes. But
Hmm.
it wasn't there yet. I still felt like something was missing. And
Okay.
as women, When we feel like something's missing, what's one of the first things we try to do? Lose weight,
Yeah.
right? Like if I can
Yeah.
change my appearance,
Right.
then
That's gonna
something was
fix it.
going to change. I'm gonna feel better,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
Um, I had all the jewelry supplies. I made my first run of race speeds at work because at the time I was working overnight.
Mm.
I got home and I was super excited. Like, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna put these on. I got ready for my shower. I put the beads on and I stood in the mirror. And for the first time, and it felt like forever, I saw myself, not just the beads, but I was actually able to see myself naked and fully without I'm just trying to do my hair. I'm just trying to put on some lipstick. I'm just
Hmm.
getting dressed. I paused for a minute.
Hmm.
And it wasn't just the pretty beads, it was the rest of me that just felt like I saw it for the first time. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, everybody need to experience it.
Wow.
And that started my way of speech.
Okay. That's a beautiful story. And so what
Mm.
traditionally, for those who don't know, what do people use waist beads for?
Waist beads are part of African history. So waist beads have been steeped in Yoruba history since measurable. Like you can't even go back to really find a start period.
Okay.
They have been part of traditions as marriage. Wives wear them on their wedding night, and only their husband can see them in some cultures and traditions.
Hmm.
Women even use them then to monitor their waist, to see, monitor their pregnancy. If they
Mm.
gain weight, waist beads will ride up, or they become tighter or more uncomfortable. When you lose weight, they fall. Many women used to wear them from the waist to their ribs as a form of waist shaping.
Hmm.
Many women wore them as good luck. It's signs of your tribe or where you were from,
Okay.
and also as a coming of age.
Mm. Unfortunately, although we are largely our audience is African American women, but a lot of us don't know our culture and our history as a people. So it's always fascinating when I have the opportunity to have someone share that with us and for me to learn
Mm-hmm.
too. I'm always learning and growing as we all should be. And so it's always great to have some new insights and so we're very grateful to you for sharing that with us. This Ultimate Creative Chat is sponsored by Bella by Tina Foy.
The serum you've always wanted to try. The cleanser you've been dreaming of. The primer everyone's talking about are finally available. Get your glow on with Bella by Tina Foy. Skincare you love with values you believe in. Visit us at bellabytinafoy.com.
Back to the show. Yeah. So, what are some things that you are doing with the Red Butterfly program? What are you actually doing that helps ladies to find themselves, really?
So, product wise, I have waist beads and I have journals.
Okay.
All are geared toward self love, self discovery, and self connection.
Mm.
So if I have the opportunity during events or vending to tie a woman, that's when I teach her about affirmations and affirming herself fully. So having a tying experience allows me to talk them through whatever's going on. You know, when somebody's up under your clothes, you gotta feel a little vulnerable. You
Yes,
gotta feel that
it's
connection.
personal. You got a
It's
connection
personal
now.
under there, right? So a lot of women will tell me I'm a little uncomfortable. I don't even know why I'm putting these on. I'm trying to lose weight. I don't feel comfortable in my body. And it opens up that conversation. So
Mm.
oftentimes, with a one-on-one tie-in ceremony, I'm able to have that conversation about how to reframe some of the thoughts that we're having, how
Mm.
to teach women how to affirm themselves, how to teach them how to connect to their bodies. Because
Mm,
our bodies move us through this world. Our bodies is what keep us afloat. And even if we want to change it, if we change things from a place of love rather than a place of disgust, we do it with such a different energy.
mm-hmm.
So if I want to love my body into healing and wholeness, doesn't it sound so much better than, oh my gosh, I'm fat and I'm disgusting, I need to lose weight? And
Right.
we're bringing a different energy. We're nourishing our body instead of starving our body.
Mm,
So I talk a lot about how to nourish, how to affirm, tips and tricks of how to bring more sensuality into your life and your body.
okay. Awesome. What are some things that you could tell us now, maybe two things that ladies could do to bring more, well, really to think of themselves in a better light and to bring more sensuality to themselves?
One would be to have some kind of self care goal. We often look on social media and we see what everybody else's soft life. We see the luxury life. It's always these aesthetics that we're
Yeah.
constantly seeing, but we're not taught to look at our own life and pick a goal. Do you want to get more rest? Because rest is self care. And
Mm-hmm.
in our community, we often feel guilty about resting. So, what are some
Yes.
things, one or two things that you can add into your already busy schedule? Because self care is not about overwhelming yourself; it's about renewing yourself.
Hmm.
What can you do to get more rest? Can you put something down? Can you delegate?
Hmm.
Do you have an activity or a person in your life that's draining your energy? Maybe you just want to rethink about that. And it's not about sitting down longer or sleeping longer. Could it
Right.
be having water instead of a soda? Because that sugar crash
Oh,
is
it's
taking your
real.
energy. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's about evaluating your life and what is two small things that you can change. Because one of the things I was taught when I was going through my coaching program is small hinges swing big doors. We always want to jump out the gate and do something major.
Mm-hmm.
But what can we do? Little changes. And the other is learn to love what you see in the mirror. Even if it's a day at a time, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
spend a moment in that mirror just staring, you don't have to say anything. But when you get the energy, whisper, I love you, until you can repeat it multiple times. I love you. Doesn't cost you anything. If you start to love on you, when you're able to say it without discomfort and you can say it with a smile on your face,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to bring more love, that's going to bring more care, and it's going to bring more sensuality.
Okay. Awesome. Well, ladies, you heard her. We got some things to try out. Telling yourself that you love yourself and evaluating your life to see what is draining you. And also, it sounds like what you're saying too is choosing a goal. If we can start the year out with one goal, not a New Year's resolution, a goal
Mm-hmm.
that you're going to take steps to reach. I've outlined several at the end of last year that I want to accomplish this year. And so I'm taking the steps here in January to address those and to actually reach those goals this year. So we're going to stay on that upward trend. I want all of you to
Mm-hmm.
do it too. We're going to do it together and just really be the people that we were meant to be, the people that we were created to be from the beginning of our lives. We can be those people. So
Yeah.
I just want to encourage you. And Lou, I have really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank
Um,
you.
Absolutely. I think you have a lot of value to bring to the women who watch Ultimate Creative Chats. So thank you for just what you shared so far. Are you having any events coming up, or will you be at any shows where people might be able to see you?
I don't have any live events coming up as of yet. I will be working on a few things later in the year.
Okay.
However, I will be relaunching my podcast, and it
Okay.
is going to be the Central Elevations podcast, and that's going to be
Awesome.
coming in a few weeks.
All right. Sounds good. So we'll be listening out for that. Definitely keep me posted on that so we can share that with everyone. And where can everybody find you? Where can they connect with you or book a consultation?
I can be found on Instagram at Red Butterfly Sanctuary, same on Facebook and TikTok. And if anyone would like to book a session with me, they can go to rbsanctuary.com.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate your time and your skill and all the knowledge that you have acquired that you share. Even just the little bit that we got today is enough to take us a long way. So that's a lot to think about.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Well, you all stay tuned for more. And we thank you so much again, Lou, for joining us.
Thank you.
Get in touch today to find out how you can become an Ultimate Creative Chat sponsor.